The many shades of King Charles, the new monarch of Great Britain. Love him, hate him, or ignore him. But there's no way you can say that you don't know who King Charles is. He is the new monarch of Great Britain, and he has been in the spotlight for decades now, yet not many know everything about him. So as he takes on a new role, he's been preparing for his entire life. Let's take a look at the making of this man, his many avatars, his controversies, what he stands for, what he believes in, and what changes, if any, he could bring to the British monarchy. Hello and welcome to Mystery Code. If you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to our channel for more upcoming videos. And this is the story of the life of King Charles. Something that'll be of interest to all of us right now, a life of contrast and contradictions.
You are watching Mystery Code.
A life many can only dream of living. The story begins in 1948 during the reign of George VI. On November 14th, that year Princess Elizabeth and Prince Philip had their first child. They named him. A name with a colorful and complicated royal history fraught with beheadings, civil wars, and allegate children. For instance, when he was 14 years old, he was sent to attend Garden Stone, his father's school in northeast Scotland. He was bullied. He was shy and the older boys picked on him. And one of his classmates recently said that he felt sorry for how Charles was treated. In a 1994 authorized biography, Childs stated that his experience at this school taught him a great deal about his abilities and disabilities. And after school, Charles broke royal tradition. He went straight to university instead of joining the British Armed Forces. He attended Trinity College during his first year, the University College of Wales in his second year, and graduated from the University of Cambridge with a Bachelor of. This made him the first British heir apparent to earn a university degree. It's another matter, of course, that he was awarded his master's degree instead of earning it after college. Charles immediately assumed royal duties. He was sent on several state visits. This included a visit to the United States in 1971, where he was treated as a royal dignitary and was even given a room at the. Historians say that American President Richard Nixon was trying to set him up with his daughter, Trisha. In fact, he even arranged for his daughter to be seated right next to Charles. On every occasion, Charles had quite the Playboy image in his 20s. They called him the Casa Nova Prince. He lived a life that was more Hollywood than many Hollywood stars. Reports say this was probably because of his great-uncle Lord Mount. He once reportedly advised Charles to quote-unquote, sow his wild oats, and have as many affairs as he can while he was young. The future king took the advice rather seriously. In fact, media reports claim that between 1968 and 1980, he dated about 20 women. His long string of romances resulted in his girlfriends being dubbed as Charlie's Angels, a joke even his family and friends would often chip into. But then in 1971, he met the true love of his life. Camilla, the current queen consort. The affair was not permissible at that time. So Charles ended the relationship and continued his rondeau. Then in 1977, he started romancing Lady Sarah Spencer, the older sister of Princess Diana. The relationship did not last because Charles was smitten by Dinah. She was 16 at the time. Charles was 29, but he did not pursue Dinah until 1980. And then after months of courtship, he proposed to Dinah. It was February 1981. The two got married the same year in July. And some say it was a marriage of convenience. The Dinah was all struck by Charles's position in stature. And Charles was looking to settle down after a string of failed relationships, 5 years, and 2 children later, the marriage ran into trouble. They say it was because of the couple's income path. Diana was 13 years younger, but there was also infidelity. Charles' infidelity by 1986. He had resumed his affair with Camilla. She was married in the years that followed. Both Charles and Camilla ended their marriage. The two then exchanged vows in 2005. So this was his personal life. Most of it has been heavily reported by the British media. So now let me tell you some less known facts about the stories and habits, which might give you an idea about how he'll be as king. Recently, he was spotted throwing a regal tantrum over a pen. The pen kept leaking. So the king got irritated and started swearing. This seemed arrogant. But those who knew Charles said this was Charles being Charles. The king is notorious for such tantrums and eccentricities. His staff calls him the pampered prince. The king often asked his butlers to iron his shoelaces. Another report suggests Charles asked his staff to squeeze out toothpaste and place it on his brush every morning. I'm serious. Some say he even carries his own toilet seat wherever he goes. And there's also velvet toilet paper that follows. I could go on. His eating habits are equally intriguing. He reportedly takes his breakfast boxes along. They include 6 types of honey. Of course, King Charles is a picky eater. He insists on cheese and biscuits being heated at a certain temperature. And if not, he doesn't eat them at all. Doesn't stop there. Tabloids say the king asks his chefs to put out poached eggs on top of every meal that he consumes. He eats vegetables that are steamed only in a specific type of mineral water. He also has his Jaguars, Audis, and Range Rovers run on 100% biodiesel made from cooking oil. His belief is so depro that he spent his 71st birthday with his wife at a holistic health center in Bengal. Charles has helped set up an IREIC Center for Excellence at the Science Museum in London. The center was launched by India's Prime Minister in 2018. Now, these were just some stories about his life. There are many more. Countless anecdotes have many more controversies and many more interests.
You are watching Mystical.